Joining us now to discuss the issue is our very own Jim DeFede. He was there last night. Jim, last night's event comes at a time when we are seeing a real political battle over what should be taught in Florida schools. So what do you see happening here?
So in a lot of ways, what we've seen now is this is the fruition of what we've seen over the last couple of legislative sessions. You know, we had the so-called Stop Woke Act, the so-called Don't Say Gay bill. These have then emboldened and worked their way down to the Department of Education and are writing new rules. And one of the things they did was come up with an African-American course, that an African-American studies course that suggests, among other things, that there may have been certain benefits to slavery for African Americans in terms of skills that they may have learned that they could use later. Ron DeSantis talked about it being, you know, for instance, slaves becoming blacksmiths and then helping them later in life after they stop being slaves. Now, this, of course, is part of DeSantis's appeal that he's trying to run for president as, and he's made as a cornerstone his educational reforms here in Florida. And specifically, he repeatedly uses one phrase over and over again. He says, in Florida, we are focused on education, not indoctrination. He said, if he said it once, he said it at least 100 times in the last year. I've heard him say it multiple times. But then something interesting happened last week. Last week, the Department of Education approved for use in Florida classrooms a series of videos from Prager University. Now, let's be clear, Prager University is not an accredited college, not an accredited university. It's sort of a right-wing group led by a conservative radio talk show host, Dennis Prager. And Dennis Prager says that he makes these videos, and this is what they do, for the very purpose of indoctrination. I want to play you some sound that Dennis Prager, in a speech he gave to Moms for Liberty just last month in Philadelphia. Let's play that Dennis Prager sound.
All I heard was, well, because you indoctrinate kids. And which is true. We bring doctrines to children. That's a very fair statement. I said, but what is the bad of our indoctrination?
So I'll show you some of the videos that the state of Florida has now approved using in Florida classrooms. It's a series of videos produced by Prager University, again, not a real university, but Prager U. It's a cartoon series in which two characters, two young children, Layla and Leo, go back in time and visit historic figures. I'm going to play you in a second their conversations with Christopher Columbus. And they ask him about slavery because, you know, some of the teachers in Layla and Leo's classroom suggest that maybe Christopher Columbus wasn't as great a character as history has made him out to be. Well, Layla and Leo go back in time and talk to Christopher Columbus about slavery. Let's hear that conversation.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem. Some things are clearly bad, no matter when they happen. But for other things, before you judge, you must ask yourself, what did the culture and society of the time treat as no big deal?
Jim, there's been quite an uproar about those videos, in particular on social media. I've seen it from a lot of parents. Do we know what districts will actually be using these videos this coming school year?
So right now, so let's make a couple of points. First, no other state in the country has authorized using these videos in classrooms. Florida is the first. It is up to individual teachers and school districts to decide if they want to use this as supplemental material in their classrooms. Now, in addition to the Columbus videos, I will tell you that they also have videos narrated by Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson talking about Black Lives Matter and the evils associated with that, talking about how there, you know, really isn't an issue with regard to climate change. And then there's even a video in which they, Leo and Layla go back in time and talk to Ronald Reagan about the virtue of tax cuts. Again, an issue that I didn't realize school children were fascinated by, but apparently that's something that we could be using. So the answer to your question is right now we don't know, but I would say that if parents are at all concerned, they should have those conversations with the teachers and the principals of their schools to see if these videos from PragerU are going to be used this upcoming school year. They are authorized to be used. They're not mandated, but we'll have to wait and see, and it could be by a teacher-by-teacher decision.
And we say upcoming school year, but for some in Florida, it has already begun. So
Yes.
those parents need to start asking those questions now. Jim DeFede, thanks so much as always for your insight.
And you can see even more of Jim's interview with the state senator and the controversy over Black History guidelines. That is Sunday morning on Facing South Florida, and you can watch it at 8:30 right after CBS News Miami.